Hi guys, Grady here, your nutritionist coach. I was sitting here and thinking uh, about what to share with you in order to help you to feel more energized, to feel better, and to help you to find foods or ways of consuming the foods that you like, the foods that you love, in the right amount for you, for yourself, and for your body. So what I was thinking is that it will be amazing. It will be very good if there is a specific way in which you can find and choose and process your food, and something that will always work for you. Because let's put it out there, what I love to eat you might not. What most of the people suggest as a healthy or healthier option that what we consume could be something that we don't really love or we don't really want to have at the moment. So this question is kind of a deeper related to what we consider as good, where our focus goes, because our focus always goes to the most important place, right? So what I'm trying to say here is, if I'll give you an example. If you are having if you have started your day, and if you are working today, yeah, if you haven't prepared for the day, I mean, now imagine you're gonna have a big presentation in which you have to participate, right? But you haven't really read anything about it, so you are not ready, you're not prepared, and you're going out there, and you're an intelligent person, so you're able to pick it up, and you're able to lead a discussion about a topic that you aren't properly aware of, but you still have general knowledge and you can tell loads about, yeah. So same with the food. Now imagine you're going to work and you're not prepared. Basically, you can always find a good substitute, you can always find good food, but it's down to the circumstances, right? And if you prepare for that, so if you prepare, I'll go back to my example. If you prepare for that presentation, you will perform better. If you prepare for your day on the previous day with some food preparation, you're gonna recover better, and you wouldn't be worried about what I'm gonna have, why I'm gonna have it, and etc. Right? If you skip the meal, if you skip that meeting, right? You're skipping that meeting, and therefore there is something will follow, right? Because everything that we do or we don't, there are always some consequences, right? So consequences will follow, no matter what are they. They could be good, they could be bad, but something will follow, right? Because our deeds, they lead to consequences. So if we skip that conversation, that meeting, and then come on the next day, then we're gonna have to catch up. Either we have to make one more we're gonna make one, or we have to do another attempt, or with in case food related. So food, when we relate it with food, what will happen is we might not recover. We might not have the best food for our body today, and tomorrow we're gonna try to catch up. So this is what happened in general with most of us. And this is why most of the people, they think that, oh, I'm gonna go on a diet. And diet is restriction. And restriction, sometimes to be too restrictive doesn't lead to any good results. Highly restrictive people, they can't really so most of the people would gain some results, and then straight after they'll get back where they started from, because the model of getting the results is not the best. So what I'm saying is, I was really thinking about how can we go and adjust our meals to suit our body needs. First of all, I think that we need to be aware of what our body needs. And we had that discussion with my wife this morning, where she says, oh, you know what, there is a massive difference that I feel very different in regards to whether I exercise or I only walk, whether it's light exercise with with your body weight, nothing else, or resistance training with some weights or with bands or whatever it is. And there's a significant difference in between us male and female, because males, we have more testosterone. Females, you ladies, you got more estrogen. So estrogen is helping you to recover faster, and testosterone help us to build up or gain more quicker. So we both have our our advantage from the gender, and it's very important to remember that. But I'm trying to get something out of this, yeah? And this is that it all depends on what is your goal. What are you doing at the moment? If you're doing like high intensity interval training, HIIT training, you might need some sort of foods that you wouldn't if you only walk once a day, or if you work on your desktop like I do today, then you wouldn't need that much energy. So you need to bear that in mind. That means that the results, your goal should be tailored by what you're doing during the day. So if you schedule, like if you have a scheduled workout, and if you actually do it, then you have to recover properly with appropriate foods, right? So foods that you would need, first of all, I pay attention to the protein content. Whether you are carnivore, whether you are herbivore, if you are vegetarian or vegan, you need to pay attention to a few things, right? So in both case scenarios, we need protein, so you need to pay attention, because protein is a bit more difficult to get the energy out of. So it will take more energy from our body to convert the energy from protein, which is good. The other thing is that there are many studies that are suggesting that protein should be above 1 gram per kg, and this is the bare minimum. So in regards, if you are exercising, you need more. It depends what type of exercise you do. Then the second component that I think it's relevant and very important, that's fat. So if you're carnivore, if you eat beef, there is fat inside, and there's B vitamins, there are minerals, and therefore it's a bit easier to get the protein out of the meat than having it from vegetables and legumes. When you're eating, if you're a vegetarian or vegan, if you're eating, let's say, beans or lentils or whatever it is, you can combine it with, let's say, rice. The amino acids will create a completed protein, and this is something that you shouldn't pay attention to if you are having meat, because the protein in meat is already completed. Fat, what we're talking about, fat, it could be what most of the people are thinking, it could be our worst enemy, but it's something that we can't live without. And this is due to the fact that there are some vitamins that are only soluble in fat. These are A, E, K. Those vitamins we need to dissolve with fat. And we need to remember something. Trans fat is something very bad, and you should try to stay away from it. Trans fat is processed fat. This is something that is man-made. It's created by us, and we need to stay aside. Good fats, those are the ones that we can get from almonds. We can get them from avocado. We can get them from whole nuts. If they are raw, that's the best case, because when they're baked, they lose some of their goodness. Some of the other some of the other fat that I think is very valuable to us, that is olive oil. That's something that we should all use, especially the cold pressed one, because it hasn't, the process itself doesn't harm that much of the vitamins and minerals that the content that olive oil will provide you with. So the other one is carbohydrates. They're very important. Our body needs them, and especially when you exercise with resistance weights, resistance training. Therefore, you need to pay attention to whether they're complex or simple. In simple words, rice and potatoes are complex. They will take more time to break down to simple. Simple are all the vegetables, and they have loads of fiber. All of the carbs, they've got loads of fiber. Fiber is very important for our gut, for our microbiome. So we need to pay attention to that. The other interesting information is that when we digest carbohydrates, the part that we call fiber is something that we can't really digest. But this is the food for our good bacteria, and by feeding them that, our good bacteria is thriving. So it's very interesting that there's some other universe living inside of us that helps us to digest the food, which is very important, and it's bespoke to every single person. It's different. We are different, so we've got different bacterias all over, inside, outside of our bodies, and it's very important to remember that they help us. We live in symbiosis. We live in symbiosis, yeah. So we need to feed that. We need to feed them, and please remember that fiber doesn't add that much calorie. So fruit and vegetables, they're not calorie dense, but they have vitamins and minerals. So what I'm trying to say here is that everyone should pay attention to what they eat, but at the beginning of our journey, I think it's more important to just to just to prepare. And if you go for one thing, one and only one thing, you can start with something small. You can start with, I'm gonna drink more water, because this is very important also. I'm gonna stop eating added sugar. I'm gonna stop adding sugar. I'm gonna stop eating too much sugar. Maybe this is one of the first things that I would suggest. And when you say I'm gonna stop, don't really stop. Swap it. If you swap it with, let's say, fruit or dried fruit, like I love dried prunes or apricots, or you can even get dried mango, dried everything. Something else that we consume here in our family is dates, especially if they're meju, I think, or something. They're very good. They're very sweet. They're even sweeter than honey. So if you swap added sugar with fruits, still fructose is inside. But what makes the difference is the fiber. Basically, you're not only getting the fruit, not only getting the sugars in, but you're getting some fiber in, which is good. Let's say it's not the best thing to do, but it's one of the best things to start with. And then if you decide you're gonna be doing better and better, you can always improve, but pick one thing. There's one thing that I would suggest to everyone. Pick only one thing, and one thing at the time. This is the only advice that I'll give you today, and I hope that this will help you. Pick only one thing that you are going to do. I'm gonna stop, or I'm gonna start. Pick one of them. I'm gonna stop, or I'm going to start. And then pick one more thing. I'm gonna start swapping chocolate, let's say chocolate, with dates. Good? This is the only thing that I'm gonna do today. Or I'm gonna start moving more. What's that? That means that I'm going to go outside and walk for 15 minutes every day. That's it. This is the only thing that I'm gonna do. Or in my case, what I did was, I'm gonna stop the coffee. So I stopped the coffee. I don't stop it. I haven't stopped it. What I did, I've swapped it. I've swapped it with tea, but not the tea that is enriched with caffeine. Herbal tea. And what happened with me was, I found something very interesting. When swap things, it's not so difficult. When stop things, like from now on, I'm not gonna eat chocolate, a bit more difficult. From now on, I'm gonna swap the chocolate with dates. Wow. So, if that was something that you enjoy, if that is something that you would like to see in future, I will appreciate your comment down below. And if you think that this is valuable information that has to reach more people and help them, please do share that video. Love you all, and I hope that I've managed to help you today to become better version of yourself. Be the best version of yourself today, and try to make try to make everything that you could. But if you don't manage to do it today, don't be too rough with yourself. It's not uh, it's not so important to, like, some days we wouldn't be able to do what we really want to do, but the most important thing is that our intention and our focus are into that direction. And it's something very interesting that I would like to share with you guys. It's something that I'm thinking about, and it's, you couldn't really make a big improvement if you, let's say, go and exercise for 10 hours today. No results tomorrow. But in the course of 1 month, if you do 10 hours, which is very, very, very possible, you're gonna see a big difference. You're gonna see a big difference because you're gonna do it over the course of 1 month. This means that consistency will lead to the result that you would like to see. And this is the only thing that I think it matters, because our bodies are completely new, and our cells are completely new in, I think, every 7 months. So we have to bear in mind that whatever we think, whatever we conceive, we achieve. Whatever we would like to create, we just only need to think about it and do something about it and wait to see the result. If it's not what we were seeking for, we should try to do it again and again and again. So I think this is the most important bit that I wanted to share with you guys. Stay positive as much as you can, and please try to think about the things that you would like to create, the things that you would like to experience. Try to stay present and stay real, because if we're thinking too much about the future or the past, we are missing our presence. Stay present, think about what you would like to gain in future, but make everything that you can today in order to gain the results in the future, and you're gonna have them. Not with one deed, not with one thing that you're gonna do today, but with one thing that you're gonna stick with for a considerable amount of time. Wish you luck and see you soon. Bye.